State in your own words a theorem which outlines a property of angles in an isosceles triangle. So the premise of this theorem is that we are given an isosceles triangle. And from that we can conclude that two angles in this triangle are equal. And also the angles that are equal are the angles that are opposite the equal sides of the isosceles triangle. So if we are given an isosceles triangle, that's a triangle which has two equal sides. Let's suppose that these are the two equal sides. Then we can conclude from that premise that we have two equal angles. And the two equal angles are the angles that are opposite the equal sides. Now the angle in between the equal sides can be any value. Not interested in that angle. So this is the structure of any theorem. We're given a premise, and from that premise we deduce a conclusion. State the converse of this theorem. Okay, so this is a theorem about an isosceles triangle. Now, to get the converse of any theorem, we start with the conclusion of the original theorem and deduce the premise. So we just reverse this here. So the conclusion of this theorem becomes the premise of the converse of the theorem. So what is the premise for this theorem? Or sorry, what is the conclusion? The conclusion is that we are given a triangle with two equal angles. And what can we conclude from this? Well, we can conclude that this triangle is isosceles. So both of these are true. This theorem about isosceles triangles is true, and the converse of it is also true. We're not asked to prove these. So let's be clear again about the converse of this theorem. So the premise is that we have a triangle with two equal angles. So imagine a triangle. We know nothing about the sides, but we do know that two angles are the same. So we might be given these two angles. We might be given, say, that this angle is 60 degrees, and there's a second angle in the triangle that's also 60 degrees. We might be given that. Well, the value of the angle doesn't matter. As long as we know that two angles are the same, we can actually conclude from this that the two sides of this triangle are the same. In other words, this triangle is isosceles. Actually, the two sides that are the same will be the sides that are opposite the two equal angles. So if we know two angles are the same, we can conclude that these two sides are the same.